Today I'm trying something that I have never done before. And yes, I have done 24-hour readathons before, but I've done it in the way where you stop the timer every time you stop reading. So it lasts over days and days and days, and sometimes like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Today is going to be quite more of a challenge. I'm going to be setting a 24-hour timer and I am going to be reading for 24 hours straight. I am terrified. And in today's video, we are going to be exclusively reading from my summer TBR. I uploaded that video a little bit ago. So these are all the ones that I have physically behind me. I also have my Kindle down here, and the ones that I don't own, unless I can find them on Kindle, are probably not up for this challenge. I'm a little nervous overall because reading for 24 hours straight, that's a long time. Two, I am not the best at focusing, so I think we might have to like get out of the house a few times today. Either reading outside of my deck, maybe reading at the pool if it's nice enough, or maybe going out for a meal or a coffee and reading there. I'm also nervous to see if I can stay up to 24 hours. I used to be able to pull a all-nighter when I was in high school back in the day. Like I did it several times. I am now 24 and I have not even attempted to do an all-nighter since high school. So this is gonna be interesting. I really hope I can stay up that long. I hope I can read for the whole time. Okay, it is past 10 a.m. now. I feel like it is high time I start the readathon, so let's go ahead and get started. It is currently 12:19. We have 21 hours and 43 minutes left on the timer. And I'm currently on page 80 of Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Stone. Two things. I put my hair up because it was kind of like bothering me and overstimulating me. I feel like whenever I wear a hoodie, I can almost never have my hair done, especially because it's shorter now. So it just like looks weird because it sits weird on the hooded part. The other thing is I was sitting in my chair and then I went to the bathroom really quick before I filmed this clip. And I came in and Melly has been loving sitting in my chair recently. She's sitting in my chair right now and it's just the cutest little thing ever. She's just sleeping. Guys, I'm so obsessed with her. As for Promise Me Sunshine, I'm enjoying it so far. This book is about our main character, Lenny. It is only singular POV. Lenny is going through a lot right now. She is grieving her best friend that she's had since childhood. They were more like sisters than best friends, really. They did everything together, grew up together, and then eventually whenever they got older, they ended up living together. And ever since her best friend passed away, she's been taking up temporary like babysitting or nannying gigs. So the book begins with her starting out one of those like temporary stints, and while she is there watching that child, the uncle of that child is just kind of like around. He's like watching her. It's kind of like in a protective way, but it is a little weird, I'm not gonna lie. He doesn't give off very like friendly vibes. He's just not the best with people. But over the few days, Miles ends up getting very curious about Lenny and they kind of struck up a deal between them two. Like I already said, Miles is not very good with people, and two of the people he's not very good with is his niece and his sister. But Lenny is very bubbly, sociable. She's very good with people, so he wants help trying to build those relationships, and in turn he is going to help Lenny with her grief. And one of the biggest things that they're going to do in this list is Lenny's live again list that she made with her friend before her friend passed away. Her friend wanted to make sure that she was actually going to live her life, so they made this list, and Lenny has had it ever since in her pocket. She keeps it around with her every single day, but she hasn't been able to complete a single thing off the list yet. So Miles is going to help Lenny accomplish the things off of her list and just with her grief in general. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I am not the best at focusing, so the fact that it's been what, almost like 3 hours and I don't really want to put this down, I feel like that's a good thing. I'm really enjoying the writing. I think my only gripe with the writing, on one hand, I really like the humor. I think it's very funny and witty and I like get it and I enjoy that. On the other hand, there are a few things being said that I'm like, they're just not really like my personal vibe of humor, but it's not bothering me to the point where I'm not enjoying the writing and I'm not enjoying the story or the book in general. It's just kind of there, and it's something that I've noticed about this book. I do like Lenny. I love a book about grief. I feel like it is something that everybody can relate to. I have a feeling that this book might end up making me cry. This is a romance book too. I don't know how we're going to get to the romance, how it's going to turn into that, but I kind of like that because I feel like in a lot of romance books, it's just very straightforward to the point of everything going on with the romance. But right now, they're really starting a friendship that I'm really interested to see where it goes. And the kid in this book, Ainsley, is actually super cute. I'm enjoying her quite a bit. I feel like Ainsley is kind of like a little bit of a light for Lenny. She'll act and put on a show all day that everything's fine with her because she's trying to do her best for Ainsley nicely and just be a great babysitter, have fun, be lively, entertain. And then after babysitting is done for the day, Lenny just like completely depletes and like recoils inside of herself. It is so sad, but such a real thing to kind of like watch going on. For me personally, I'm normally not the biggest fan of a grumpy sunshine trope, which is kind of what this is giving me, but I feel like I do like our main character Miles. I feel like he's not a complete and utter grump, or at least his grumpiness just really isn't bothering me so far. He's kind of like sticking his neck out for Lenny. Like, he really didn't have to be doing any of this at all, but since he himself has been through a lot of grief in his life, I think he feels just like such a soft spot for Lenny and wants to help her, which I think is very sweet. That's really it for my first impressions, and I'm really excited to see where this book is going to go since I'm enjoying it a lot so far. The first caffeinated beverage of the readathon. Okay, let's get back into reading. It is now 5:20 p.m. We have 16 hours and 42 minutes left on the timer, and I am 242 pages into Promise Me Sunshine. I believe I have like 120-ish pages left. I'm still really enjoying it so far. I think that the pacing has definitely slowed down just a little bit, but I also feel like it's about to pick up a lot more since we are getting more towards the end. This book is definitely a big slow burn, which honestly, I feel like I'm a pretty big fan of, and I feel like they just have such a good foundation for the relationship that they're eventually going to have, and I just absolutely love Miles. He is just such a sweetheart. There was a scene where he washed her hair, and that microtrope is going to do it for me every single time. It just like melts my heart. He is an acts of service king, and I love an acts of service king. What can I say? He is just such a like sweet and gentle soul. I feel like he wants to do everything right, and he cares so much for people. He's just not very in the know about the how to care exactly for people. He doesn't always have the best way to go about it, but he definitely does have the best intentions. I feel like at the beginning of this book, like, there wasn't really any room for romance for these two, just because Lenny was really going through her grief and Miles was really there through it all. But as Lenny has been healing, she's kind of been seeing him in a different light, and there's been a little bit more romantic tension between them, which I've really been enjoying. I love a tension-filled book. That's what's gonna get me like giggling and kicking my feet and just enjoying myself quite a bit. It's also just so healing and comforting, honestly, seeing Lenny heal as we're going throughout this book. You're seeing that her healing is not linear. It doesn't always make sense, but it's just such a beautifully done thing. I honestly really relate to Lenny, and like I said earlier, a book about grief, me, we're always like that. It just always hits the spot every time. I'm always going to connect and feel something for the characters, because grief is just such a human experience. Like, we all go through it. As you guys saw, I did end up going to the pool as well for a little bit. Funnily enough, it was like pouring down rain a few hours ago, and the radar said nothing about it. So I got ready before that, and then it started raining, and so I was waiting out the radar, and then I was about to just give up on going to the pool, and then it just like became the most beautiful day. So I got really lucky to go out to the pool today. We haven't had a lot of chances to go out to the pool yet. I feel like at the point we're at though, I'm feeling good. I'm enjoying myself. I'm liking this book. It's making me want to read more. I feel like not every book is going to be great for this type of challenge, but this is definitely keeping my interest. So I'm excited to finish it. Decided she needs to be in this clip, so here we are. I have like 3 pages left, and the tears have been coming. That was a really good romance. am almost halfway through the readathon. There are 12 hours and 53 minutes left on the timer, and it is 9:09. I did finish Promise Me Sunshine. As you guys saw, I really enjoyed this. As of right now, just for the sake of timing with the 24-hour readathon, because obviously I do want to read as much as possible, I think I'm only going to give you updates while I'm reading the books, but I'm going to save my final thoughts until the very end of the video, and we'll do like a whole wrap up, because I feel like I'm not really going to have enough time to fully grasp my final thoughts too, since I'm reading so many books back to back so quickly. But I did really enjoy this one. Luke also ended up bringing me home a milkshake and some fries. We love him for this. So I'm definitely gonna have a very enjoyable time starting our next book, which I actually did already start, and I showed you guys some clips of that as well. I decided to start Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. Actually, both of these books are on my TBR for the month of June, so I kind of feel good knocking these out. And honestly, I had no idea what I wanted to pick. I really wanted to read Promise Me Sunshine. I just felt like a little bit of a gravitational pull to that one. I was like, it's time for that one. But when I was picking my next book, I was like, we're not wasting time. Like, we're just gonna go to the one that's on my TBR. And I'm currently about to start chapter 4. I am 21 pages in. Game plan for this book is that I also got it on Libby. I need to transfer the download, obviously, but when I'm getting tired of reading it physically, which sometimes I feel like happens whenever I read a lot. I've never actually read this much at one time, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I feel like the later it gets, it's more comfortable for me to read on my Kindle. I can even get my clicker stand out and just like lay down and click. Although I don't know if I should lay down. I think that actually might be a recipe for me falling asleep, so I don't know if I should do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Reading on my Kindle though is definitely comfortable most of the time than reading a physical book. So I'm gonna get that download transferred to my Kindle. As of right now, I'm only like 20 pages in, so I don't really have any thoughts on this, but I will update you guys whenever I have more thoughts. And yeah, I don't know. I'm proud of myself so far. We're halfway through. I'm feeling good. Obviously, these next 12 hours are probably gonna be the tougher ones, where I'm gonna be having to like try to stay awake and focus a little bit more on the books, because I feel like my focus is gonna be waning a lot more. Honestly, I was like focused in on Promise Me Sunshine. I was enjoying myself. I was having a great time. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know. I'm feeling hopeful. I still have a caffeinated beverage in the fridge. We still got snacks. We got things that are hopefully gonna keep me going. Caffeinated beverage number 2, probably the only other caffeinated beverage, because this is a lot for me in one day. But we're doing a 24-hour readathon, so it must be done. Why are these so delicious? If these did not have like a crazy amount of caffeine in them, I would drink them way too often. Shout out to Luke King again, pulling through with the snacks and the beverages. He brought this home for me whenever he came home from work today. I also have this little like brewmate thing that I'm gonna put it in. Whenever I was planning to do this 24-hour readathon, not gonna lie, I was scared. And I still am scared, because like we're getting to the hard part. It is just now 12:05 and we have a little under 10 hours left in the readathon. I feel like I've been doing really well so far with my focusing. I'm enjoying the books that I've been reading. So like that's all I can really ask for. I just still have this like overall looming anxiety that I'm not gonna be able to finish it. And I feel like for me with stuff like this, like I have to finish this. My neck pillow is in service. As you can see, I love neck pillows. Why are they so comfortable? Like I don't just use it on an airplane or whenever I'm traveling. If I am editing and I am looking down at something, I be turning this thing around, and I know I look crazy right now, but I am comfortable, and that is all that matters. But whenever I'm reading, it's just so much more comfortable to be able to like rest my neck like this or like that, so my neck doesn't end up hurting. Because I feel like whenever I read, I normally stay in like the same position for a longer amount of time. So if I'm like this and I have no support, like that's just not really comfortable, and this is the comfort queen. Update on Summer Romance. I did end up switching over to my Kindle just because it is more comfortable for me to read on my Kindle, and I'm currently 33% of the way through, and it says I have 4 hours and 31 minutes left. I'm really enjoying this so far. We're following our main character, Allie, and she is a single mom with 3 kids. And in the past 2 years, she ended up losing her mom, who she was very close with, and her husband also said he wanted a divorce, so they're currently going through the separation divorce process right now. And when we meet her in this book, she's starting to like come back into herself after her grief and after the separation. She's starting to learn who Allie is as a single person, and also just as Allie the person in general. She's really just trying to reignite that like zest for her life, almost trying to be lighthearted, trying not to take things too seriously, and just to kind of have fun. One memory that Allie had with her mom during the summer is they would wake up on the first day of summer, they would watch the sunrise, and as they were watching it rise, they would talk about their wishes for the entire summer, and she would go on and on and on of all the things that she wanted to have that summer, and her mom was like, you can have anything you want, and they would call that a champagne summer. So Allie's really trying to have her own champagne summer this summer, and she ends up meeting a guy in a dog park in kind of like an interesting, awkward, and embarrassing way. But again, she's trying not to take anything too seriously, so they end up talking, going on a date, and you know, she's kind of like, a little summer romance can't hurt. Besides that, I feel like it's very atmospheric. Like, this is obviously a summer book, but some summer books don't really give you that summer feeling. This one definitely does. I feel like this would be a great book to take with you on vacation. I also feel like I am not a fast reader by any means. I would definitely say I err on the side of more of a slower reader, which obviously reading is not a competition at all, but I'm reading this rather quickly than I feel like I normally do. So I feel like that's another reason why this would be good on a vacation, because it's a little bit more fast paced. It's just very straightforward. It's enjoyable so far. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really liking it. It is 2:30, you guys. I have 7 hours and 30 minutes left on the timer. I was honestly feeling really good, and then all of a sudden I laid down. I was feeling like invincible. And I was like, laying down's not gonna affect me. Like, I can do this. Wrong. I laid down for way too long, and I did start to get a little bit sleepy, but I sat up. I'm okay. Went to the bathroom, walked around for like a minute, and now I'm feeling awake again. I still haven't finished my Alani, actually. I have like a third of it left. I feel like I'm pacing it well, and I feel like I drank it at a good time too, because I knew I would start feeling tired around this time. I normally drink my Alanis really slow though, but I feel like the way I'm pacing it out, since I do drink them slower, it like elongates the caffeine. I was gonna say usage, but that's not the right word. It like spreads out the caffeine a little bit more equally through a longer period of time. Honestly, might not do that. Like, it might not be any different than if I just chug it immediately, but it works for my brain, and that's what I think it does. So that's all that matters, truly. Sorry if the angle's a little bit different. I had to change out my camera battery, but now that I've been doing this for a little bit, and of course this is my first time, so I'm gonna learn different things, I do kind of wish I would have went somewhere else today. I know I went out to the pool and I went on my deck to read too, which was really nice. And it was nice to get like a little bit of a change of scenery, but I wish I would have went to like a coffee shop, a park, or the library or something. And I think that the next time I do that, I'll definitely do that. I am focusing a lot better than I thought it would. Like, honestly, this is probably best case scenario. I'm starting to feel like a little bit antsy. I was gonna go for a walk later, but then it got dark a little bit earlier than I thought it was going to, and it was a little cold, so I didn't want to. And I feel like if I got on my walking pad now, I don't know if that would like energize me or make me even more tired, because I'm like exerting physical energy, you know? So I'm a little nervous to do that because I don't want it to backfire on me. As for reading updates, I believe I am 53% through this book. I have less than 3 hours to go. The pacing is really good. I'm really enjoying it. I feel like this is a great book to read for one of these challenges. I just got really lucky with the books on my TBR for this month and the books that I decided to pick up and which order I picked them up in. Honestly, because I'm like eating this up straight up. The guy in this, Ethan, he is so funny, and her ex-husband Pete, hate him. Like, the drama that's going on with their divorce and then like mediating it and figuring everything out and stuff, it is crazy how much she put up with him, and it makes me feel for her so much, and it just makes me like so sad, because a marriage obviously isn't supposed to be that way and isn't supposed to make you feel that way. So I definitely really feel for our main character, Allie. I really want her to step into her own and want the best for herself, and I feel like she's fully discovering a new side of herself where she can feel capable of doing that again. 2 things that I figured out that Annabelle Monaghan loves though. Number 1, Costco. Don't even know how many times that was mentioned in this book. It just keeps coming up and up and up. Don't get me wrong though, I love Costco as much as the next girl. Even though it's only me and Luke in the house, what business do we have buying things in bulk? I do it anyway. And she also just randomly brings up like hamburgers and cheeseburgers a lot through this book, which also love a cheeseburger. But I just thought that was kind of funny and random that she's brought it up so many times. Annabelle Monaghan also had like a very genius way, in my opinion, of describing how Allie feels about Ethan. Allie says that she feels carbonated. Like, I love that wording. I've never heard that before. I just feel like that is so genius. Also, my rain sounds went away, but I've been smucking rain sounds during this 24-hour readathon. I love rain sounds. They're just so calming, and I feel like I used to be able to listen to music with lyrics or even like classical music, but I feel like rain sounds, since they don't like change, like it's just a steady stream, it just keeps me so focused and in tune. That's like my favorite thing to listen to. That's besides the point though, but I thought the use of carbonated was just such a unique and very insightful, fun way to explain that like giddy love feeling that you get whenever you first start dating somebody again. That electricity too, the bubbly feeling. I love that. And it kind of goes with the idea of like a champagne summer too, like we were talking about earlier. Millie's also been a little pissed off at me because I'm not like doing our normal nighttime routine. So she's like, Mom, why the hell are you up right now? And I'm like, I gotta grind. Like, I got books to read, babes. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna stop procrastinating. I think I'm gonna read down here for a bit, just for a little bit of a different seating arrangement. I think also sitting up and not sitting in the most uncomfortable position, or not sitting in the most uncomfortable position. The couch is obviously comfortable, but sitting in a more uncomfortable position might do me some good, just to keep me awake, honestly, because I'm starting to feel a little tie-tie at this point. It is 7:05 and I have a little less than 3 hours left. I was feeling so good there, like around the 5 o'clock, 5:30 mark. Like I was feeling so good. I was like, I'm gonna get through this easy peasy. Now I haven't dozed off yet, but there definitely has been some like eye closure. Not proud of it, okay, but I haven't fully dozed off, so I am proud of that, at least. I finished Summer Romance. As you guys saw, I enjoyed it quite a bit, but again, I'm gonna keep my final thoughts for the end of this video so that I don't waste too much of the timer talking about my final thoughts on all the books. But after I finish this, that's whenever I feel like it really hit me that I'm tired. Like, I just feel like I have zero energy. After this, I ended up starting what's it called? Wild Eyes. I think that's the first one in the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. And I got like 3% in and I was kind of like dozing off. Like I really didn't care about what was going on. I don't even know if I'm gonna read those, to be honest. I really loved her Chestnut Spring series, but in the first chapter, the main character Ford just said something that like already icked me out. So I was like, I just don't care. I don't want to read that. So instead, I started Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. My friend Olivia has been wanting me to read this for so long, and I'm seeing her this weekend. And I did tell her, of course, that I would try and have it read by the time I see her so we can talk about the first one, because I believe this one is her current favorite, or just as her favorite overall in the entire series. So I'm very excited. I'm enjoying it so far. I have read the first 2 chapters. I'm on page 16 currently. So yeah, I don't know. The writing's easy to digest. I think that's why I wanted to pick up the first book in the Rose Hill series, because I knew that the writing was just going to be like super easy for my brain to process, because even there, more towards the end of Summer Romance, I felt like my brain well, maybe not my brain. What? I feel like I was reading the things, but I wasn't fully like comprehending and like processing what I was actually reading. And when I started this, I can definitely tell that I'm reading a lot slower than I normally do. Like, I am probably currently reading at like a 3rd grade reading level, which is great. I don't know. I'm gonna keep on reading Mile High. If I feel like I can't focus or I'm drifting off, I will probably do an audiobook activity, which I have zero idea what that will be. Probably coloring, because that's just like one of the most mindless things that I can do, especially right now when I'm like really tired and I'm trying to focus on an audiobook too. I feel like that'd probably be the best thing for me to do, but we'll see. If I end up doing that, I'll add in some coloring clips to this vlog. I don't know. I'm just so interested to see how the rest of this vlog goes because I feel like I have like no energy, which is never fun. Do I like have a Diet Coke? Or is that bad? I don't know. I've already had a lot of caffeine. Like, I rarely drink one of those full Alanis by myself anymore. Luke and I normally split them. And then I had a Diet Coke. So do I have a second one just to see if I can keep myself up? I don't know. I think this was the correct decision. Okay, let's finish this up. Let's get this done. We have a little less than 2 hours left. It is currently 8:05 a.m. I am struggling, you guys. This is so hard. Since my last update, I am now on page 39. I'm enjoying this book, but I feel like I'm just starting to nod off a lot more. Haven't like officially fell asleep yet. Maybe I'll actually talk to you guys about what this book is about because I haven't talked to you guys about it yet, and then I can get back into reading. This will be like a little break for me, and hopefully that'll keep me up. I feel like Diet Coke isn't even helping, which is actually so disheartening. But anyways, Mile High by Liz Tom Ford. This is dual POV. You guys know I love dual POV, and it is a sports romance. It is a hockey romance. The guy's name, I actually forgot his first name. We're just gonna call him by his last name for now. The guy in this book is Xanders, and he is on a hockey team. It's actually a Chicago hockey team. He's like a really good player. He's known for being like a bad boy and like a player. I feel like he doesn't really have like the best reputation, but he is a really good hockey player. And then our other main character, Stevie, which I really do like the name Stevie for a girl. I mean, Stevie Nicks, obviously. We love Fleetwood Mac. And Stevie from Lemonade. Wait, no, it wasn't from Lemonade Mouth. It was the same actor, though. Stevie from Wizards of Waverly Place back in the day. I don't know. I feel like Stevie Virgo is really cute. Anyways, her name is Stevie, and she's a flight attendant, and she's one of the new recurring flight attendants for the hockey team that Xanders is on, and he's been kind of like messing with her. I like her personality so far. She doesn't really take any shit. She's also just like a curvier main character, and I feel like I don't really see that in a lot of books, so I'm liking that. I can definitely relate to some of the things that she's internally thought about her body thus far. I don't know. I'll keep you guys updated, hopefully, or else I fell asleep. I guess you're about to find out in the next clip. So, how exciting for you. Eight minutes left to go. We are in the home stretch. Let's go ahead and finish off this 24-hour readathon. I cannot believe I'm gonna finish it. Seconds left. Let's go. It is time for a wrap up of the books that I read during my 24-hour readathon. I'll be completely honest, guys. I did not think that I was gonna get that far nor finish it, but I did, and I'm really proud of myself. I will say during like that last 3-hour stint, that was definitely the hardest. As for the books reread, Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Stone, I really enjoyed. I feel like one thing about the writing that I didn't really mention is Cara Stone kind of writes the way that I feel like I think or I talk almost. Like it just really made a lot of sense to me. The humor sometimes is a little bit much, but the talk of grief was just so beautiful, and the way that the romance fell into the plot was also really well done too. I really, really, really enjoyed this one. I'm gonna go ahead and put all of my ratings on the screen for this video because at this moment in time, kind of hard to know exactly what rating I'm feeling, but I really did enjoy this one. I do recommend this one. I don't think it's like a summery book. I would almost recommend this in like the fall. I don't know why. I just feel like sadder romance books are like a fall thing. Then for Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan, I really enjoyed this one too. The writing was really great. I feel like it was just very like fast-paced. Like there were never really any moments that I was bored. There were so many comical moments too. The guy main character in this one made me laugh a lot, and I feel like Allie definitely went through a lot of things. Her struggles more towards the end too definitely made a lot of sense, and I really enjoyed this one. I feel like this is a good, short, and sweet summer romance. And as for Mile High, I'm still currently reading it, and I'm enjoying it. If you guys want to see more of my thoughts, I am reading more of this book in my video that's going to be coming out tomorrow, which is the last day of book for the summer, so go check that out if you want to see my thoughts on this. And that is really it for this reading wrap up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, did, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you watched until this far in the video, go ahead and comment down below the boat emoji so I know who the real ones are who watch until the very end. If you want to keep up with me on the daily, go ahead and follow my Instagram, TikTok, and Goodreads. They're always linked down below, and I'm always posting on all of those. And I think that is going to be it for today. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys tomorrow for the last day of Book for the Summer. Bye, guys. Ow. Stubbed my O. I stubbed my toe. No. Subbing my eyes out. Do you need to look out there? Oh. The paw. Guys, I am gagged right now. What is this? This is so human. On we go. That was almost bad. Peace.